Good evening and welcome to CageworX MMA. This is CageworX MMA's Technique of the Week. And I'm Professor Cody Houston. This is Garrett Berner, one of our high-level blue belts here. And this week's Technique of the Week at CageworX, we're really focusing on our triangles this week. And I think triangles are probably the most fundamentally sound submission from the guard. It's an excellent example of using your lower part of your body for a solid blood choke. So there's a wide variety of techniques we can use to set up your triangle. One of the primary ones we're focusing on this week is from our sit-up guard. Okay. Oh, that's another thing I noticed. I say K a lot, so I'm going to try to stop doing that for everybody watching.
Okay.
Right now I would say K, but I'm not going to. So, I like, especially when you're, white belt, blue belt level, your seated guard is an excellent way to get some good guard offense going. Plus, it's an excellent way to get used to opening your guard up and starting to play the open guard. So, one of the first things I got to do is establish my seated guard. I think one of the easiest ways to do that, a really important aspect, as soon as I start swimming through my opponent's arms, what I want to do is create an angle with my hips. Right now, my hips are a flat block. So, as soon as I start swimming through, I'm going to post and shift onto one hip, so I can create an uneven surface with my hips. Then immediately I want to post up and climb all the way. I got to keep the head to the outside so he can't force me down to my back. What I like about the seated guard here, let's go ahead and stay there, is the variety. From the seated guard, I've got an excellent hip bump sweep. If I don't trap the arm properly, post a hand out, I can drop directly back. For my Kimura lock, if he puts a little pressure on me, I can scoot my hips back. We can lock up the guillotine. And the last one, well, a couple of them. We can also add a triangle or the plotter. So what we're focusing on this week is the triangle from this situation, because it's an excellent way to open up the distance between his arm and his neck so I can bring my leg in. So first thing I want to do is really sell my hip bump. So either hook in here or going for the arm. But what I really want him to do is post that arm out wide. So once I start exploding my hips, this is what I want to see. Now I have this big space here that I can bring my leg in. So what I want to focus on is as my hips are going back down to the ground, I'm just going to sweep the arm over the head and catch the head. Then as the hips are coming down, we bring the leg in and catch. Spin a little bit. Next step, what I want to do, foot to the hip, pivot, arm across for a perfect triangle. So, one more time again, we're going to start from our closed guard. Again, as soon as I start swimming through, I don't want to keep a solid surface here for him to put pressure on. So as soon as I start swimming through, I create an angle with my hips. I'm all the way up to a good seated guard. Big, explosive hip bump. Yeah, see, he's got a post hand out. If he doesn't, I get the sweep, which is great. So as I'm coming back down, we're going to catch the head, bring the leg through, and get that hamstring right in the neck. And start bringing it across. So let's turn a little bit. Really important aspect of the triangle, which I think is really overlooked, is the use of the closing knee. This is the leg that's going over the top. So as soon as I close that hamstring into the neck, into the carotid artery, which is huge, my hip extension right now, this isn't even great, okay? I want my hips up more. As soon as I catch here, a lot of people have a hard time getting this arm across. But an excellent way to do that is with my foot in the hip. What people don't tend to do is when they post the foot in the hip, there's no pressure here. So what I really want to do is use a squeezing pressure with my knees. That's going to be the difference between a triangle looking like this, where I'm going to have to work my butt off to close it, versus a triangle looking like this, where now all I got to do is just tweak it, and I'm done. All right, so let's do one more time, and then we're done for the day, and then you can go practice. So first thing, starting from our closed guard, we're going to start swimming through. Immediately, I'm open, I'm onto one hip. I'm all the way up to my seated guard. Big hip bump, get him to post that hand. So again, if you don't like the triangle, you can drop back for the Kimura, you can drop back for the guillotine. As the hips are coming down, we're going to catch the head, swing the leg in, hamstring to the neck. Let's turn a little bit, and again, as soon as I bring this foot up, knee pressure, hips up just a little bit so we can close. Arms across, legs directly across the back of the neck. And another thing I think is a very good habit for your triangle use is to use your body, your opponent's body, to create your angle. As opposed to pushing off the mat. I like hooking the shoulder a lot, because if I do hook the shoulder, it keeps my opponent in one spot while I move to finish. Plus it gives me all of the secondary attacks on this arm. We got a straight arm lock, we can set a Kimura, we can even hit a key lock from here. Plus I got secondary attacks here. So, I barely said K at all, that's awesome. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great night on the mats. Thank you.